Right. This is a product with caps lock.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Alright. So the first thing I was gonna talk about is just leaving spawn. At the start of the round, it's the first thing you do. Uh, I'm normally going main, and this map is actually like kind of a
Main?
hard. Yeah, do you not run it this way?
No, I roll out left.
Okay, whatever. This map's actually like kind of a hard map to cross. You have like three options to cross. Most people go over this box, which is generally like the safest way. Because even if you get spotted, it's easy to like go back. Some people will go over right side, and then you can climb up the cliff, or you can like try go behind here. This is a bit more risky because normally their combo is here, like with their pyro, and the heavy might be cliff like checking, but this can get you like onto the sniper faster, so it's good. And then you can also go like through connector, and this is normally like not great because if the soldier walks through connector and shoots you, you're like pretty much 100% dead, or if their scout walks through.
Yeah, the
So,
solid usually spams that at the start of the rounds. It's kind of fucked.
so I'd normally cross here, and the most important thing on the mid, other than obviously getting behind them, is you want to always be calling the sniper position on the mid. It's really important for your sniper to take the, like to know where their sniper is, and it
Yeah.
can like completely change the mid.
One thing on the rollout, when you roll out at boxes, some pyros will have, they're gonna flare that
Yeah,
box.
yeah,
So one thing you can do is just wait like 3 seconds before you cross. Then they're gonna pre-flare, and then they're just gonna, they're gonna shoot 2 flares, and then you can cross for free. Because the
uh,
heavy also likes to spam that sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I normally delay, or like you use your eyes, look at what their team's doing. If everyone is
Yeah.
shooting this box, don't go on
Change
the
up the
box.
timing. If it's just don't be a default timing, just to run straight across, because then you're gonna die and it's gonna be sad.
But the main places you want to check for sniper are cliff, which is here, pocket, which is like here, or he'll normally be playing back here. And if you can see it from their porch, which is like when he's here, so he'll a lot of times he'll be like this angle here. And then China, Japan, which is up here, or he won't normally play down here, or concrete, like playing from here. Those are the main places, and just make sure you have like eyes on the sniper as early as possible when you're going behind. And you can call combo positions, but sniper's really the one that's important.
I mean, combo's gonna be playing pocket most of the time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and like if heavy goes connector, you can call him as well, because that's kind of an important call. Right, so that's like the start of the round pretty much. Uh, the next thing I was going to talk about was like what classes you're going to want to be trying to kill on this map. And on my thing I wrote, there's four main ones, or five I guess. There's the medic, obviously, the sniper, the heavy, the demo, and like the flank. I think are like the five different types of picks you can get. So I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
go in. Yeah,
if you kill flanked, you should probably only go for the solly. Going for scout picks is
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
And I think that's also quite nice because it pretty much splits up the map into like lanes. Like you can go for stabs in. So this is like the lane you're normally stabbing flank. If you're stabbing demo, you're normally going from here, or there's some other places you can go from. Sniper is like wherever he is. Combo is like here, and then heavy is the cliff. You're like defocusing on cliff. So I'm just gonna go left to right, and then say like when you'd want to stab them. So the heavy is normally gonna be playing up here. Sometimes he'll drop down when there's like a push going on, but normally he'll be playing on top of cliff. Uh, you want to go for this stab. Well, you can like mix it up. What you never really want to be killing the same thing every time. But whenever your team's pushing, it's good to decloak on the heavy. So in like if nothing's happening, you should almost never decloak on the heavy because any good heavy will like constantly be turning and you'll almost never kill him. But anytime your team is pushing, the heavy is going to come more aggro here, maybe drop down here and start shooting the point, and that's when you can go for him. And that will be a pretty big impact frag because in a lot of like, let's say your team's exchanging onto point, the Uber happens, a few people die, and then the Uber's faded and everyone wants to fight for point. In this situation, a 450 health heavy is really annoying to kill because he's so heavy. Everyone needs to, he's so tanky. Everyone needs to shoot him at the same time. He does quite a bit of damage, denies a lot of space. He's going to be like probably the most annoying person to kill once the Ubers have been exchanged. So it's a really good pick to go for, and it's pretty safe as well. You can do this and then live and go behind. Any other thoughts on that?
Nah, you pretty much covered that.
Do you do that decook a lot?
Yes, way too much.
Yeah. And yeah, sorry, for that you can decloak here, which is alright. I actually really like the decloak right here.
Yeah, this one's fucking good.
Because in the exchange, there's going to be a lot of comms, and it's going to be pretty hard for him to. He's going to be like shooting his minigun, which is really fucking loud, going like da 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 da. So he's not really going to be able to hear the decloak well. And
Show the cheese spot above pocket, where you can decloak. Behind the fucking wall.
yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that's like your heavy decloak. But yeah, that's not. You don't want to be going for it a lot. You don't want to be focusing on it, but it's nice to do in exchanges and shit. Alright, yeah, the next thing is going for pocket frags. So you can decloak, yeah, I like this spot to decloak, and you can obviously always decloak from China and drop down into med. You can sometimes even decloak here. I actually learned the other day you can stand on
That's
this.
kind of risky though, because the heavy usually, looks there. But in situations it kind of works.
Yeah, and obviously come from Poch. But the main time you're going to be doing this decloak is when your team is either using with ad or sacking. This decloak is only to, or this, like, the aim of going here is only to kill the medic in a situation where everyone on your team is also trying to kill the medic. So you don't want to be doing this during exchanges or during, like, default fights. Like, if your team's edging point, this is bad, because you're almost always going to die here. But let's say your team is sacking, or your team is using, let's say their med's like 50%, your team is using, right? You need to kill the medic. They have Ubrad, you're sacking, you need to kill the medic. That's like the whole point of this decloak. So yeah, this one's really nice. And this one's nice. And the aim is basically your team is walking over point, your soldier's bombing, your demo's looking forward. All their team has to look forward. And you're only going to kill the med. And the med normally will be here. And a lot of times they'll like surf a rocket back, hold S, hold S, hold S. And then here they get backstabbed and die. And you win the game. Yeah, you can go from here as well. But that, again, that's in pretty niche situations. You don't want to always be decloaking here. Only if your team is like, we should sack. This is where you're looking to go from. Yeah. Anything?
Nah, bro.
Okay, I won't ask, just say if you know anything. Alright, next is the sniper. So, in contrast to the other two picks you go for, the heavy and the like pocket med pick, the sniper is the class you always want to be killing, pretty much. If you can ever kill the sniper, it's a good kill, especially if you can live. Especially if their team has the point. It's always just good to, before anything happens, you kill their sniper. Because it just kind of opens everything up for your team, allows them to walk wherever they want. It's pretty much just always a good pick on this map.
And he's also the easiest one to pick, usually,
Yeah.
if he's kind of like China and stuff. So it's like an easiest shortcut to do well on Spy, just farm sniper pick.
Chupa mode, yeah. So bad snipers will not play with their combo, and yeah, it will be easy to pick. So bad snipers will play here and stay on China a lot. I don't know, I've never played against Sunflower.
There's a reason for that.
They'll stay up
It's too high
here,
up.
play on China a lot. They might play Cliff with their heavy. This spot is called Stingen. I don't know, whoops, if people use it a lot in lower divs, but this can be kind of annoying to stab. But basically the sniper can play anywhere on the map. This is called Japan. He'll play here a lot, or not a lot, but sometimes. And some snipers, the fuck was that, does this a lot. He gets his oh, I suck. He gets his NG to put a teleporter on this bridge, and then it gives you like a head glitch here. It like boosts you up a bit, not as high as this. It makes you like in the middle of those two. So you can just look over, and he really loves playing this head glitch. Again, I don't know if much people do that in lower divs. And then concrete is kind of like the last main place snipers will play. Oh, and also they'll play on these windows sometimes. You can stand on these windows.
Sometimes the people also play under Japan, but it's kind of rare.
Oh yeah, yeah. But basically, if sniper's ever playing like in an alone spot, so if he's windows, you can always decloak him and shoot on him. If he's China, you can pretty much always decloak on him. Japan, concrete is normally pretty easy to get as well, because he'll normally be playing here, and even if the soldier's watching like here, you can always just like decloak here, swing around the corner, instantly stab him, like the soldier doesn't have time to react.
Or like in the corner, in the blind spot.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, and sorry, he'll sometimes play boxes here as well if their team's aggro. And again, this is generally not too bad because you can do shit like
You
decloak
can
here.
just
So.
most of the time shoot him as well if he's on Razorback.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Decloak behind those boxes and just shoot him.
The better snipers will play a lot more inside their combo, so they might be playing like here a lot, with their like pyro checking back, their heavies checking back from cliff. Might be playing here on boxes a lot, on rock, with obviously their pyros like sitting here. Their NG could be like sitting here and checking. And here, if he's playing rock, a lot of times you can still get the stab. You just have to be really fast and normally you'll instantly die. So going for like this decloak, instantly going and stabbing him. And this is a bit like mechanical as well, because if he's playing like up here, it's pretty hard to actually stab him from the floor, especially if he's like walked very far forwards, because you need to go very close to him. So you can like go up here and then jump and stab him, but
I've
you can
seen
get
so
used to
many
it.
times where the spy fucking goes up and just starts butter knifing
Yeah.
them all. It's so sad. It's so sad. But like, you know what he's going through.
I can't do a jump. But yeah, this decloak's quite nice as well to go onto the sniper if he's rock. Again, this one, but yeah, it is quite risky. You can always drop down from China. So that's
Japan decloak really good for the demo. Like,
yeah. I was just thinking I'll get to that.
okay.
So yeah, that's the sniper decloak. The next one I'm going to go for is the demo. So in my head, the decloak, like going for the demo pick, is different from going for a combo pick. Because when I think combo pick, I think like Med is here, like maybe Pyro is here. Like these are like the combo players. Whereas a demo a lot of times on Steel will be playing like here a lot. Because if your team is sitting in pocket, he wants to come forward, spam, do lots of damage to pocket, do shit over here. The demo decloak, or going for the demo pick, is very good when your team is trying to push as well. Basically, any time like a fight is going to happen, the demo is good to kill. In like more downtime times, so I'll talk about this later, like what you want to do, like when your team has the point and when they don't. The demo pick is not so good, but like when something is happening on the point, the demo pick is good because he just does so much damage over point. And yeah, normally most of the time you're just decloaking here. This is really good, especially in low divs. In high divs, NGs will check this like every 5 seconds, like they have fucking OCD. They'll just always be checking this, looking back.
That's why I like the Japan one, because you can just go
Oh,
behind
yeah.
that like little thing.
Yeah, you can also decloak. Okay, third time. Okay, there we go. You can also
I mean,
decloak from
it's
here.
easier just to do just on rollout, just jump on the window.
Yeah. But yeah, all these decloaks are very good onto the demo. You can kind of drop down from China, but it's a bit harder. There's also like
Okay.
funny decloaks from like
The Japan decloak's also kind of fine if you want to get the medic if he's playing behind the rock.
Oh,
So
yeah.
sometimes you can just go and then insta left and you just sometimes there.
I have a funny clip of me stabbing Yordo and Med from from there.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And yeah, if the demo's playing really aggro, you can even, and you don't see the flank, you can even decloak here and try and go for the stab. Again, the demo decloak is pretty good to go for often. Demos will get really fucking annoyed if you're going for it often as well, especially if the demo's the main caller, which is true in a lot of teams. So you want to go for it more often than the heavy pick, probably, but less often than the sniper. And finally is the flank. Again, this is not something you want to be going for a lot of the time, but if you're in like a massive downtime situation, you don't really have anything to do. Let's say your team is trying to push the point, but it's uber disad or something, and you don't want to sack. Sometimes the soldier will be sitting here, the scout might be like jumping over here, and what you want to do is just tell your flank, walk to connector. So get your soldier to walk, and obviously their soldier is going to be like, oh, shoot him, and then you decloak right here or something, and then you backstab their soldier. And this is good because it gets you kills, but it also gets you position. So this basically allows your flank to walk through, come behind, and then obviously they're taking space here, and then your combo can walk over. It just kind of frees up more of the map for you.
Also, the flank gets really annoyed if they get killed by
Yeah.
a spy.
And they call you a pedophile like Neo does.
Hey man, hey man.
And again, not something you want to go in for often, and generally you only want to do this if your flank is pressuring, because if nothing's happening, soldier can spy check really easily, turn around, and they're pretty much always going to kill you if they see you, unless like you get hit really nice surf. One more like little thing. This is a funny thing. If the soldier's playing up here, you can actually stab him from the floor. If the soldier's playing, oh fuck me.
I mean, you can even get up there, I'm pretty sure, if you really want to. But
Yeah,
it's probably not worth it.
yeah, you can.
Unless you're on like cloak and dagger and some really interesting behavior.
If the soldier's playing like far enough over to the left, you can actually jump up and stab him from here. If he's
It's
like,
the same thing as the rock decloak.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you might miss it a lot.
That's just like a funny thing you can do. So that's basically like all the main picks you want to go for. The last thing I just wanted to talk about is, in general, when do you want to be going for picks? And one thing that I think I'm not very good at, which I think if you watch a lot of good spies, they are very good at, is don't always be trying to get a kill. As weird as it seems, like a lot of times when you play spy, you're just always like, what am I going to kill next? What am I going to kill next? Which you don't really do on other classes. Like on every other class, there's times where you're like, okay, I'm not doing anything right now. Like I'm waiting for our Uber, or I'm waiting for respawners or whatever. But for some reason on Spy, a lot of people are just like always trying to get a kill, which I actually think is really bad in some situations. For example, let's say your team has the point, so you have control of point, you're posted up in pocket, and you have advantage, or it's even Ubers. So basically, all your team wants to do is wait, right? Like, you could sack and try and kill the enemy medic, but you may as well just wait, because it's Koth, right? You have the point. The aim of the game is to waste as much time as possible. So why do anything? Just let them wait for their Uber and then exchange, or like, you don't have to do anything. As a spy, a lot of the time here, it can feel actually really frustrating. Because their whole team is just going to be sitting in pocket. Your team's not really giving you any pressure, so it's going to be really hard to get kills. And a lot of the time, it's very tempting to just feed, try and go for like a funny stab, when you really don't need to do anything. And it's going to be a lot better if you just live behind them and wait for something to be happening, like wait for an exchange and then go in. And this is actually going to put a lot more pressure on the enemy team, because a lot of the times, if you just come in and feed, they're like, great, the enemy spy is down, we don't have to worry much about the spy, we can like focus more on breaking your team's hold. So you're kind of giving them your life. As weird as it seems as spy, like you think, oh, spy, the life doesn't matter, like any trade is good. Really, these feeds are like really bad, I think, and they're like removing a lot of pressure from your game. So one thing you can just do, I think is really good in this situation, is just go behind, go to spawn, sap the telly, gives you free metal, and then come back. But
Yeah,
that
I
is
wanted
something
to
I
say
think.
that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to say that. You stole my line. Goddamn.
But yeah, that is something I would always be thinking about, is like, do I really need to be going in here? And obviously there's a degree, like don't just sit in Cloak and Dagger for the entire game. Like you still want to be effective, but just think about like when you need to be feeding, if your team really like wants to be doing anything in that situation or not. But I think, yeah, that's one of the hardest things about Spy, is like when to go for picks, right? That's like pretty much the whole class, so it's definitely not obvious, but that's pretty much all I have to say about this map.
Nothing much to add,
Alright,
really.
cool. I'm going to stop recording.